Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well. And Shalom to the whole feed elect that is continually pushing His word. It's continually plowing, giving all diligence and all faith, true sincerity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled, We Have the Answers. And I'm talking about us, the men of the Lord, which starts with the Apostle Elder Tahar on down to the rest of the men of Great Millstone, who are of the hopeful elect. And we say that with full confidence because when we answer every man, we answer you through the scriptures. We don't give our own input on what we think or how we feel, what we think is right, our opinions. All of that doesn't matter. And what you have is, these guys, Vocab Malone, Jay the producer, and Jesus is the worm. Guys like these, come up and put their own spin to what they think that the scriptures are talking about. What this mean, what's that mean, and they can't answer you those questions, but they would rather answer your question with a question. All right, because see, when they ask us questions, we give them answers, man. All right, and really, this controversy that's going on between the Hebrew Israelites and these guys, actually, the controversy between Great Millstone and these guys that come up against us, that's the Lord's doing, man. All right, because all they're doing is helping us seal the elect, man, helping them wake them up. All right, because there are questions that that we really don't go into that much, because something may happen, or you might have a current event that happened, or current topics. But as far as the answers to this question that the sincere Akim have, sincere brothers that just now come into this thing and and they're watching, we answer those questions, man. All right, and also too, this is a full-on assault on Christianity. All right, but like I said before, we're gonna answer all your questions wherever whatever question comes up. And like I said before, these guys that come up against us, they can't answer those questions. All right, but they rather resort to underhanded tactics to come back at us, which is okay. It's all right, because that's how we know that you guys are first and foremost, you guys are set up and you guys are hurting. All right, because these words that we're coming out with, which are the words of the Heavenly Father, which His name is Yahweh, and the Son's name Yahweh Shai. The words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are cutting you to the soul and the spirit, which that lines up with the book of Hebrews, where it speaks about this word being as a two-edged sword. All right, because it's cutting your spirit real deep, man, and you can't take it. But just go ahead and get into these scriptures. This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "But sanctify the Lord power in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear." So it says, be ready to always give an answer. All right, and that's what we do, man. We're always ready to give an answer, whatever questions a person might have. We're going to answer you, and we're not going to answer with our own words. We're going to answer with the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Why is that? Because actually, let me get it real quick. All right, that's the book of Matthew, chapter 15, chapter 15, verse 10. Actually, let me start a few verses, because this is something else I want to address as far as, you know, this so-called Christianity that's being pushed out, which, once again, you know, like I believe I said in the previous video, but I'd like to make mention of it again, that Christianity is the number one and the most popular religion on the planet Earth. And you got our people, which is specifically our people, you know, saying, you know, giving lip service, saying, oh, they love the Lord and this and that, they'll do anything for him, right? But when it comes to this work, you know, they think that this is they're like, oh man, the Lord got, basically saying whatever comes out of their minds, man. All right. In other words, this work that we're doing is evil spoken of. That's also in the scripture. All right. The way of truth is evil spoken of, and it's spoken of by our own people. Now this verse 7. It says, "Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah," which is Isaiah, right, "prophesy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips." All right, because you got guys like Vocab Malone and the rest and company that says that they love Jesus Christos. All right, and what they think that they're doing is what the Lord commanded them to do. But the thing is that, you know, once again, it's set up because this truth is getting out way more faster than it has ever before. All right. So guys like that, they're saying, oh man, I love the Lord, you know, this and that. Even our own people, man, Jake, especially the Southern Kingdom, so-called Negroes, you know, they be in the churches, you know, yelling Jesus, because I don't even want to say Jesus, man, because that's a bitter taste in my mouth. But you know, they yell out, you know, they love the Lord, and, you know, this and that, blase, this, that, and the third. But what it says right here, it says, but their heart is far from me. All right, that heart, which goes into your mind, which the Hebrew word is lab, which means your mind. Their mind is far from the Lord, man. All right. They don't care about what his words say. They're just giving lip service. They don't care about the ordinance and the order that the Lord set up. They just care about what they want. All right. It's all about self. You know, so, you know, I want this, I want that. You know, Lord, please give me this. Lord, please give me that. Which they don't care about Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They don't care about the Lord, man. All right. But it says, verse 9 said, but in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. So in vain they worship the Lord, man. All right. It's vanity. It's worthless. The things they be doing, you know, yelling and screaming in the churches, and, you know, doing carnal madness they think that the Lord delights in. That's in vain, man. And it says, in teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab Isaiah. Let's see. This is Isaiah chapter 29, and it's at verse 13. It says, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, which once again, the heart, which means mind, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. So they think that the fear of is taught by the precepts of men. In other words, they teach that you can approach the Lord with however you want to approach him. Like he's your friend. He's no matter what you do. Like, oh, you know, you might have did this and that. Oh, well, you know, you're still committing adultery and you're still eating pork. You know, you're still, you still commit wickedness, but hey, you know what? I'm still gonna hear you out. This and that. Well, I got some bad news for you. That fear that's being taught by these men, all right, the so-called pastors and these preachers that set up, that's not fear. All right. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is what? To keep his commandments. Actually, let me get it real quick. Instead of quoting it, because I don't want to, I'm not going to. Oh, boy. Hold on. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 14. I'm going to let Yahushua speak. It says, for the Most High, actually, it's like in verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. All right, so this is basically the end all be all. This is what the meaning of life is. That age old question: what is the meaning of life? What are we put on the earth here to do? All right, what's our mission? What's our purpose on the earth? Well, here it is. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. All right, that's what we put on this earth here for. Fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and keep his commandments. In which the main commandment that we're supposed to keep right now is doing his work. All right, why is that? Because we can't keep all the laws in the scriptures. All right, we can only keep however much of the ones that we can keep. Do that and do the work. And fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and that's pretty much it. Even the Lord himself, Yahushua, said, look, man, take my yoke upon you, for I am meek and lowly, man, and my burden is easy to bear. All right. The only thing that makes it hard is these niggas. 2/3 of our own people makes it even more harder, man. All right. And then you got to worry. Then you got to worry about your flesh coming up against you. You got to war against your flesh. So those are the things that make it a lot more harder. All right. So I got one more precept before I close out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. This is Colossians chapter 4, verse 6. It says, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. And that falls right behind 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, if I'm not mistaken, where it speaks about study to show thyself approved, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right. And that's how you answer every man. And that's how you're able to answer every man, should I say. All right. Because once you continually work, continually study, do these things that are commanded us to do, then that seasons the food, man, because this is known as the spiritual manna. All right. And you the way you season it is by continually study and continually doing the work, because even doing the work is a form of studying. All right. Because you go back on the videos, you might mess up on one video and like, okay, I'm gonna do that again. And then, you get better and better at it, man. It's really, and Apostle Elder Gabar brought this out too about this fact about studying. It's all about repetition. All right. All about repetition, man. Repetition is the best tactic for studying, man. All right. But I didn't want to get too far off the topic, but that's pretty much it in this verse. Which really the point is that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. So we know how to answer every man by the scripture. All right. once again, going back to Matthew, where it says, it's not what goeth into a man that defiles a man, but what comes out of a man that defiles him. All right. So with that pretty much wraps up the video. Lord willing, you will edify with this video, those of you who are of the hopeful elect. And till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well. And peace and safety to the hopeful elect that is continually plowing, that's continually doing this work headstrong, man, in all faith, true sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.